I'm just gonna finish watching Howl's Moving Castle while we do this. By the way, so I'm gonna be commenting about that instead of whatever this is. Hello, everybody. I'm David Lucia, and I'm here with
We're getting into it.
Oh, what? All right. What is this?
It's me, Jacob. I'm back with a host of games.
What is this set of absolute garbage that you have for us today?
Well, this is all from the same creator as Shark Attack.
All right. I'll be charitable. This is not garbage. There has been much worse games highlighted on this channel before.
Yes. First, we're gonna start with a game called Dash to Dash DX.
So, are they all going to be around the same level of quality that Shark Babes was?
Some of them, yes. Others, no.
Better or worse?
And all of them are like of various degrees of quality and completeness, because some of the games here aren't finished.
Oh, of course.
But all of it is freeware anyway, so
That's don't. I'm not gonna shit on people too much for like putting out. Like he's not selling it on Steam for $15, you know.
No. Like I got these from, I think, Mediafire, or one of those file hosting websites. Like all these games here are not on any like digital retailers.
And you know what? I'm gonna be completely fair right away. Just like this game that we're in right now, Dash to Dash DX or whatever it's called, looks better than a lot of the shit that is on Steam these days. So
yeah, okay. So these games are around like 5 years old.
Ow.
And oh, by the way, the window. This is like the biggest window I can make it. And that's going to be the case for all the others as well.
That's kind of a bad sign, but again, freeware, so...
Yeah, the game engine I do believe these games are running on is Click Team Fusion.
Yeah, yeah, that would explain it.
And also, these games as a whole, they're known... the collection is known as white label games.
Oh, boy.
Because most of these games use assets from other games, but the actual, like, programming, I guess, and music is either done by the person or taken from somewhere else.
Sure.
But yeah, the sprites you're seeing is from other games, I think.
Huh.
And that's what white label means. Are you familiar with white label? Yeah. So basically, Party A creates something, and then Party B buys that thing, and basically pretends that they made it.
Well, I take the same stance on like asset usage that like Jim Sterling does, where like it's not using assets that's bad, you know, it's using assets poorly that's bad.
Yeah.
So
and there's also not being like transparent about it. Like, I'd like to know where this stuff came from. If the person made it, then yeah, fair enough. But if it's like bought from somewhere else, I'd want to know, just in case I'm gonna see the same stuff popping up in other games by other people.
That is one thing. Like it's always a little difficult if you can't like find a website for the game or like the developer that you're talking about. Those are always helpful when you're trying to look that sort of stuff up. But yeah, like if they do like provide information for their games, they should say if they're using assets that they didn't make. Just kind of good practice.
It is. And with the game that we're playing, well, I was playing. So kind of with Shark Attack, it's very apparent that like the creator is like really into arcade games, so pretty much most of these games are going to be like score attacks.
Say.
Yeah, and with this new version 1.3.
All right, that explains the name of this video.
Yeah, okay, so the developer name, I guess, is sillyslarty.jpg. I don't know where that name came from. If you dig deep enough, probably you're gonna find out the origin of that name. But yeah, this version has a different mode. The other mode you only have one life.
Yeah.
But now you have 3 lives, and also I guess you get more points. I don't know.
Everything looks like it's moving a lot faster.
Yeah, it looks to be a bit harder. I guess the main objective, I'm not sure for the other one, but definitely for this one, is to outlast the boss, I guess. Which you can see the number underneath them.
Yeah, so it looks like this game is all about collecting gems. You don't have any like offensive capabilities or anything?
No, it's just like a very an alternate take, I guess, with bullet hell games.
Yeah.
The boss that you get is completely randomized with the bullet patterns being associated with them as well.
So is it kind of like a time attack survival thing?
Yeah. The amount of seconds the boss has left, you can see there. You just have to, I guess, last as long as that, and then I guess you get more points, and then it continues. Because I doubt like this type of game has any sort of ending.
Well, yeah. You're not very good at it though.
No, I'm not. Take your bets if I'm gonna outlast any boss, or I'm gonna like give up at some point.
Initial guesses point to we're gonna give up.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, so how many games do we have in this collection?
We have 10 in total, and the time I'm gonna spend on each one is gonna be
less than 10
varying.
minutes average.
Yeah, because it's like less than an hour long video.
Yeah, this is we don't have 100 minutes of video here, so
we don't. So, well, yeah. If the math checks out, it's going to be average about 6 minutes each. But some of these, well, all the amount of time I'm spending on it now, I'm past 6 minutes. So
yeah. We've already we've already invested way too much time into this.
Yeah, that was because this is like one of the better ones in the collection.
Oh, that doesn't bode well. We're starting off with the strong one.
Yeah. So this is definitely, in my opinion, probably top 3 of the 10. So most of the games afterwards are gonna be not as good.
Are we at least gonna get to see more shark babes?
I'm not gonna promise anything.
Oh.
But I'd still have hope.
I mean, because
like we got the shark aspect there. I'm not sure about the babe part.
Oh, well, that's. I might still be able to work with that because like it still remains true that Shark Babes was one of the most popular videos on the entire channel.
It is. I can't tell if I'm like surprised or not surprised by that.
I am still convinced. I have no evidence of this, but I am still entirely convinced that it's almost solely because the title of the video has. Oh, okay.
Yeah, clicking out the window pauses the game.
Oops. The title of the video has furry porn in it, and
yeah, it does. Yeah.
Everybody loves furry porn, so.
Well, the video only got 1 dislike, so not too many people were like, oh, you lied.
We're not down with this. And it does, it remains true that the shark babes featured in that game are kind of infamous in the furry community. So that's also a point in the video's favor. Like,
yeah. There's like 1 or 2 videos that's more popular than Shark Attack. Which ones are they?
So the most popular video on this channel is one that really kind of makes me disappointed because it's a bonus video for Techno Babylon where it's literally just it's either the alternate ending or just like some silly extra dialogue you get from the fake French maid in the game, and there's no dialogue, like there's no commentary in either of those two videos, and they're like 4 minutes long. And it's like those are the most popular videos on the channel, so that's
okay.
that's
Well,
what,
that one definitely has the biggest return on investment.
that's what YouTube likes, is 4 minutes, no commentary, just silly dialogue from the game.
Yeah.
That doesn't bode well for...
And then what other people want is shark babes.
Yeah, exactly. Shark babes and little snippets from games with no... That really bodes well for Let's Play channels, just in general, you know?
Uh-huh.
It's like... Oh, man. Hey!
Oh, yeah, I outlasted the boss. I get bonus, but I couldn't see anything because everything's just... so messy. So yeah, that's the highest points I got. So you were wrong. I actually did outlast the boss. Impressed? Oh,
no.
You can see the year this was made, 2011. So by the way, the next games I'm gonna play, I did it randomly. So next we're gonna do Dash-to-Dash-DX2 DD.
The sequel.
So just by sheer chance, we're doing the sequel immediately after the original.
All right.
And now we got full screen. Look at that.
I trust
the feature.
Yeah, I trust that this is going to be an improvement over the last one.
I have to say, I think I prefer the first game a bit more.
I love this flashing red background. It's not obnoxious.
This is definitely a reference to some arcade game. I don't know which ones. Presented by Surge. That's the guys behind Shark Attack.
Yeah, we did indeed have a shark there. No visualization on whether it's a shark babe or not. Unfortunately.
We'll see eventually. This is the game I was talking about, whether we might get one or not. And so the options menu.
God,
it's a bit bare.
This is bringing me back to the days of like arcade games in the 90s, like
this is
not like
that's the style
games.
This is going for.
Yeah, it's like games that I used to play on the PC in the 90s that were they're really not actually that good. Like
so we got our characters. There we go. Did you see that?
Oh, we do have furries. Yes.
Furry's confirmed. So yeah, I started with Shark Babe, of course.
Of course. I mean,
but I didn't have enough space to enter it.
Shark Ba. Where
that's the best I could do.
I would not be surprised if there are people who are like, "Oh yeah, my fursona is a shark crossed with a sheep."
Well, bound to be someone somewhere.
So I notice immediately that we have an attack now.
Yeah. Although I don't know if the bullets actually do anything, because it's still a score attack thing, and we have a timer.
And we're still collecting gems.
Yeah.
So this looks more like a typical like shmup sort of thing.
So I'm gonna get into the control scheme. When we get into the further into this game. But for the moment, I'm not controlling with the mouse and selecting and then clicking on where to go, but now I'm just using the arrow keys. So
I wouldn't even think the thing that I've always thought is like the ideal kind of control scheme for shmups on PC is literally just controlling it by moving the mouse. Like one-to-one movement with the mouse gets you the best kind of control of your ship. So every time I see a shmup that doesn't do that, I'm just like
okay. So
also that
I don't know about these scored names. So a lot of them are weird, but we're picking a different character, choosing a bat, I guess.
I will say I like the stylized name tags that all the characters have. Those are pretty nice.
Yes.
Oh no.
And now we're back to the previous control scheme. So it's different for every character.
Oh no. Is there any indication of that before you start playing the game?
No, I didn't know that. But we're gonna learn eventually.
Okay.
Obviously, this one is a way harder because like there's not as much space to move around in, and the attacks are way bigger.
I appreciate that they have multiple gameplay modes, but
I didn't last very long. Now we're gonna do the wolf guy with a rose.
Okay, and we're
spinning. And yeah, you were just mentioning control the mouse, which is what I'm doing right now.
So does the shark
definitely like the best input method.
The Shark Babe doesn't let you control it with the mouse like that?
No, it's only arrow keys.
Oh god. But if you have mouse control, why? Why would you do that?
Well, different play styles. You pick which one suits you best.
Why are we at Okay, so this one doesn't have an attack either.
No, okay. The only ones with bullets coming out is the Shark Babe, but I reiterate, I don't know if they do anything.
And
maybe it's just a visual thing.
Yeah, given the fact that the other two characters don't apparently have offensive capabilities, I'm going to lean towards saying that the bullets probably don't do anything either.
Yeah.
Which
a very weird design decision.
Yeah. It's like they wanted to make a shmup. And we're just like, well...
Maybe. Or maybe they started with the first two characters, and then they were like, okay, we're gonna have a third. Let's just rip something out of another game. Just put it there. Oh, the bullets are still there? Okay, let's keep it.
Does it auto-fire, or do you have to, like, click a button?
It auto-fires. You know what? I don't remember.
Oh, boy.
So yeah, the bosses this time, it's not just like one, it's actually in like segments of like the head and two arms, I think.
Yeah.
So which gives more randomization and variety, I guess.
Like, I appreciate the effort that's gone into this. It's just a shame.
The ideas we've seen so far, I have not seen too often in other games.
Yeah, it's like
which I appreciate.
This could be a really good like pseudo shmuppy kind of game. I don't think it's been executed well enough to be called a good game though.
Maybe. But like most of the games here are going to be score attacks, and like the thing is with like score attack games is that you sort of expect to get a game over at some point.
Yeah.
So in terms of like stuff that makes the player feel, I guess, immersed or like get an accomplishment by getting an ending of some sort, like you're not really gonna get that.
Yeah. And another thing with like score attack games in particular is that you need to give the player the feeling that they're still actually like doing something rather than just like collecting gems, or because like I noticed there was like the bomb at one point that you got, and then all the gems like filled the entire screen. It's like you want more kind of stuff that feels like it has kind of a tangible impact on the gameplay that changes things up for the player.
Yeah, the end goal is just to get just numbers on the leaderboard. And obviously, this game I don't think it has any online capabilities. So I guess it's just to impress yourself or your friends when you want to bring around to your house and show this game
exactly.
off.
Come over to see my furry score attack game.
Hey, check out how far I got on Shark Attack.
But yeah, like it's the same problem that a lot of normal shmups have actually, is that they don't put in enough like upgrades or like just like items, collectibles and stuff for like power-ups. And when they don't do that, it ends up making the game get stale way too quickly. So you like, we've seen most of what this game has to offer. I would hazard a guess.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I'm just basically just going through the different characters the second time, and it doesn't really seem that much different.
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes in, and we've seen everything this game has to offer, which is kind of bad for like shmups and stuff. Like,
well,
just score
okay,
attack games in particular.
Okay, well maybe now is a good time to like observe what the bullets actually do. Maybe it increases my score. I don't know.
I can't even tell. Like, for some reason, there are gems that make them like have shmuppy power-up kind of changes.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't look like your score is not going up when you shoot them like the boss directly.
Oh, that's true.
It doesn't look like there aren't any projectiles you can destroy with the shots. There aren't, like, you can't deal damage to the arms. It looks like it's just flavor.
Yeah, and I think now I remember, like, it is auto firing because I wouldn't be able to know what the controls are to fire.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know I was controlling with the keyboard at first.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like the previous game, but no, that's only one character.
And like I can remember there were, like, going back to shitty games that I played in the 90s, like there were games like shmups back then that had mouse control and like were okay with it. Like
so we're done with --DX2DD,
okay.
and now let's see what our next game is. I can tell, like, this means nothing to you because you don't know what any of these games are. So
I know Freddy got fingered, unless that's not what I'm thinking about. Like, why is that on there?
Oh, we'll see when we get to it. But now we've got Nasty Future Space Death. And what's else at the side? And its followers ever so powerful. Huh. So it's another shmup, I guess.
What are we controlling?
It looks like some sort of guy in a cloak.
Why did we explode?
Like a wizard. Because we're getting hit by shurikens. And we died. Yeah, so probably these sprites are taken from somewhere else, but I'm gonna try again.
This seems like something where there's like
no like coherent
the aesthetic
style.
The aesthetic doesn't seem like it's focused on any one because like
now we have a propeller man.
Yeah, you know? with like floating spike balls and like skulls and eyeballs and
we're flying to space.
Yeah, we're flying
through
space, like when we should clearly be in some sort of like fantasy realm or something. Okay. Oh man, and they have this. All right, are we controlling with the keyboard still?
Yeah, it says at the side arrow keys to maneuver, Z key to shoot.
Did we die right before the boss?
No, that's what I thought at first, but no, that's just a different enemy. I didn't get. I will say now that I didn't get far enough to a boss of any sort.
Oh wow.
At least the music's nice.
Alright, I just turned it up. It's cute, little chiptune-y stuff, you know. Fair enough.
So yeah, obviously, like, if you were playing this, you'd want to use the mouse, but that's not really the like focus. You know, this game is trying to emulate, you know, an arcade feel as much as possible.
Again, like, games back in the 90s were not as good as people think they were.
No.
They really weren't. Like, oh, okay, I thought that those three enemies were like one connected enemy because we only saw.
Yeah, me too. But now we have a thwomp, or I don't know.
That's what it looks like. A spiky, angry spiky thwomp.
Game over.
Yeah, can we game
Start
over
again.
yet? Can we Alt F4 to quit?
Yeah, well, yeah, because this is literally running a full screen window.
Could they not implement a pause button?
I I don't think I tried.
I mean, when you have your like help tooltip box on the right there, and it says Alt F4 to quit, I think it's
it does look weird.
It's fair to assume there might not be a pause function.
It does look weird from here, but that's what arcade machines had. You know, they had the controls just printed to the side. But anyway, we're done with that.
God, remember arcades?
And no.
I'm old enough.
Anyway,
that
I don't. I mean, I've played on arcade machines before, but I wasn't there. When they had actual arcade places.
Yeah, I remember actual arcades, like when they were still in style the first time around, before they went out of style and then came back into style like 5 years ago. Because there are there are arcades that are popping up again like now.
Well, yeah, that's only really specialist places. But the game we have right now, it's what the fuck is it called?
High Speed Jam or something?
High Speed Demon, I think. But so another game where the sprites are from somewhere else, and I think I'm playing as the Major.
Like Major Kusanagi?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
That is what it looks like, except with a different coat. And some actual pants? What? Like, why are we?
They're barely trousers.
Yeah, we're like wearing Psylocke's costume from X-Men.
Yeah, I don't know where anything I'm looking at is from.
I will say this, like, the aesthetic at least looks almost cohesive, except for those enemies.
Yeah, they look like from like Ghosts and Goblins or something.
Yeah, those are like orcs, and they're throwing axes at us. But everything else looks fine, you know.
It does look fine, yeah.
That's a very that's not good mode 7.
Or some other games does has mode 7 in it, and they're gonna look a lot better than that. But now we've got the boss.
We beat a level.
We did.
We beat it only took half an hour, but we beat a level in one of these games.
Man, I'm surprised that didn't get a game over yet. So, you know why?
Alright, hang on. So we have big floating head and hands enemy, and the target that we have to hit to deal damage is this rotating metal thing on the ceiling.
Yeah, it's true. It's launching missiles.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
This is the first. Wait. I assume the first game that we've seen that is not finished. Mainly because there is no functioning health system. As you can see, my health bar is not there anymore.
I'm also.
So yeah, I can't die.
I might take this moment to turn up the volume on people so that they can hear this wonderful dubstep in the background.
Mm-hmm. you got the wub-wubs going.
Very big change from the chip tunes of the last game.
That's true. Well, that's what the roulette wheel is for, is to catch you off guard.
Oh, man.
Provided by classtools.net.
I might need to use, you're going to need to give me, like, what that wheel website is or something, because...
Oh, I just Google searched, like, random named roulette wheel or something.
Yeah, because I have a bunch of garbage games to cycle through myself at the moment, and that's a nice way to kind of keep it fresh, keep it. Why can't we die anyway? And now this. Well,
boss we can't die, and also the boss also cannot die.
Ugh! Alt F4 to quit.
Yeah.
Alright,
next we have sleep paralysis.
At least Beauty Pageant sounds like it's one of those internet Elsa fetish games.
No, it might sound like that, but we have another like non-full screen game.
I like how you. All right, so have you gone to the effort of putting these lovely furry characters in the background for everybody to enjoy?
So what you're seeing right now was my current desktop wallpaper at the time. I every time there was a game that wasn't full screen, I chose a different one for each game. So if you remember in the first game, it was like white. But the images in the background, they're from albums that I bought from this person. This is the album cover for one of my favorite albums ever. So yeah.
All right. So what you're saying is that you actually are a furry as well.
I'm actually not. It might look that way, but I'm not really. Well, I just like the music of this person who so happens to be a furry.
Don't worry, I'm not the type of person who would judge anyone for being a furry.
By the way, I restarted the game because when I did something, it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, I've just to kind of go off on a tangent for a little bit. I have actually a lot of experience with the people in the furry community over the years, so I have a lot of sympathies for them. I got nothing against any of that stuff anyway.
No.
So and you know what? Like, I'm not even gonna. I'm not even bringing up the background because like, LOL. I think that the picture in the background there is kind of cool. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this game anyway?
Well, I don't think it's a game at all.
It doesn't appear to be doing much.
You just walk around. Yeah, I assumed like portals or something are rotating around the center. You're supposed to enter one of them, but I managed to like bypass them and go through the edges, which is just a square. So anyway, I pick a different color.
We broke the machine.
And it's just black.
Do you like how the box here is named Person too?
Yeah, I didn't notice that until now, but I don't know what that's about.
All right, on to the next
game.
one.
Next game.
What do we got? Finally seeing what this...
We're gonna spin again. We're gonna save that to last.
Oh God, I am terrified because I know what like that is in like the normal world. So I don't even want to know what it could possibly be in like here.
Well, once you like second one of seeing what the game is, like then you'll be like, oh, that's why it's called that.
Is it going to be like a horrified realization, or am I going to be like kind of relieved? Okay.
Horrible realization, I think.
Great.
Anyway, we have Harpy Siren.
2 words, exclamation marks between them. What?
That's right.
I have a couple games on Steam that have that sort of resolution option, by the way, and it sucks. Like, I hate it when indie games have like, oh, you got full screen or window, and oh, you got window times 1 times 2 times 4. We don't know what those actually
that doesn't tell you
to.
anything.
Yeah, and it's like they're always like the weirdest, like actual like resolutions. For
Why is it
bosses.
10 pixels off of 16:9? Why is it like that?
Yeah, and it's so obnoxious. I hate it. I hate it so bad. And then like,
who the hell has a 16:10 monitor?
And there are some of them that when you go full screen, like, it takes up the full screen, but it uses the resolution from, like, the 1 times window, so it looks like complete garbage. It's just like, why even allow that option, then?
They just don't know. Anyway, we have Harpy Siren here, and this is probably, like...
This looks fine.
Maybe the most polished game, I think.
Yeah, looks fine, you know? It's again one where the aesthetic doesn't look entirely cohesive, but because it's like,
yeah, some things have outlines, others don't.
But because it's like combining science fiction and fantasy, it kind of meshes a little bit better. Whoops.
Yeah, this also one of the worst games like I can play on. Like I suck at this.
And this,
yeah,
this sound that we have in the background as well, very interesting.
The music?
Would you say that's music? I'm just talking about like the voice synthesizer.
Oh, okay. Oh well, the music has to come up. Yeah, you have to wait until like the saturation's gone off.
Yeah.
Well, now it's on.
There we
go. But yeah, I don't know if there's like there's lore to this game. I don't know what they were doing, but
Who knows?
I didn't get far enough to really find out about like the story.
No. But yeah, like it looks fine. This probably would have been like an okay game back in 97.
Oh, I just noticed. I like how when you move higher up on the screen, the UI disappears. That's good.
Yeah.
Ah, you see,
Little things.
Some thought.
Yeah.
Little things.
Yeah, like again, like this game would have been, it would have been fine back in like the late 90s. Would have been
it's
would have
just
been a pretty
so
decent
damn
game
hard.
back then. And it would have
one weird thing. It looks like I have a health bar, but I don't.
Yeah, no, one hit kills you.
Yeah.
It's it would have been okay for it to be this hard back in the 90s too, because kids playing video games back in the 90s only had like 3 games that they could play, and they had endless time to spend trying to beat those 3 games.
Yeah, I technically did have endless time to beat this, but I can't.
There are better things. Like, I have so much time that I could theoretically spend on like persevering through difficult games or whatever, but I have so much better things I can do with that time.
Yeah, like as much as I hark on about like me being amazing at Dark Souls, I can't beat Super Meat Boy or Hotline Miami. Like those are the type of like the difficulty, that type I just can't handle.
I got to the last world in Super Meat Boy, and
all right, once
I got there, I was just like, no, I'm done.
I did beat original Meat Boy, which was a Flash game.
Yeah, I never actually.
But that was when I was a young teen and I had all the time in the world.
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually like on the subject of like difficult. Air quotes here, because like whatever, but like on the subject of like difficult games and how much time kids have to put into them, I've recently been replaying Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay.
And there are a lot of parts in that game that I've been going through again for probably like the first time in like 5 years at least. And I first played it, back on the Xbox back in 2004, 2005. And playing it now, I'm just like, there are a lot of points where I'm like, how did I ever beat this as a kid? Because it's based on Dungeons and Dragons, and like the rule sets for Dungeons and Dragons like transposed over to Star Wars, because there was Star Wars Dungeons and Dragons stuff. It's confusing. Blah. But like it's a Dungeons and Dragons game, and those are not easy for kids to understand.
They are not.
So I'm just like, how did I ever beat this game? I don't know. I have no I to this day I have no idea how I ever managed to beat Knights of the Old Republic and its sequel as a kid.
You couldn't just grind? Maybe that's what you did.
Not really, because like Dungeons and Dragons games don't have a lot of.
Oh right, yeah.
They're very. The higher level you get, the exponentially higher amount of experience you need to level up in the first place, and for the most part, like the most experience you're gonna get is through completing quests and stuff. So, and. It's not specifically in the case of Knights of the Old Republic, but usually they have limited numbers of enemies as well, so you can't just grind out enemies for experience.
So you can just genocide the whole game. Pretty
much, like, because every set of enemies that is like tied into a side quest or a main quest doesn't respawn. Like as soon as you kill them, they're just gone. And there are there are certain just like incidental kind of world enemies, like on the world where you get your Jedi training in the first game. There's a species of wild animal called calf hounds, and you'll always find calf hounds in the plains, like when you're running around, no matter how many you kill. But they don't give you enough experience for you to just grind them out for hours.
Okay.
So,
you know, speaking of genocide, thank you for that Undertale copy that I got.
yeah,
I have yet to play it.
it's
Where did you get that from? That wasn't a Humble Bundle, was it?
it was.
It was. Okay.
I think it was from the Humble Monthly bundle. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Something confusing about the Humble Monthly. You don't just get like the 1 or 2 games that they have showcased, right?
No, so the Humble Monthly bundles let you get a game early. So like when it ticks over to the next month, you get one or 2 games from that upcoming month at the beginning of the month, and then you get the rest of the games when it rolls over to the next month, and you get it's kind of weird, it's kind of confusing. It's a cool universe.
Nice segue.
But yeah, the Humble Monthly bundle.
Oh
wow!
More furries.
Oh boy, this is gonna
furry
be good.
And a feathery.
But yeah, the Humble Monthly bundles generally have like 7 or 8 games total in them.
Okay.
And it just so happened that the last month's Humble Monthly bundle, I already had most of the games anyway.
Okay.
So I was like, give those out.
So what we have here
Wow.
is a very, very classical bullet hell game.
That is a mecha furry.
I guess. I guess it would be. Yeah.
Like, that is straight up just like a mecha furry head right there that we're fighting.
Well,
Also,
I mean,
did we destroy the menu UI there?
No. This is also a very incomplete game, so they have the power-ups just sitting there, just to see like, it exists.
Yeah, I just saw us like run into something in the bottom right corner, and then it like.
No,
flew
that would have
away.
been cool.
Yeah, like
as the bullets are flying past you, it destroys the UI.
Have like
sick.
have like a pause button in like the game area, and then like as you run your character into it, it just progressively damages it.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I have to restart the game because when you die or when you get game over, it just it does nothing. So.
Cool
anyway, so
universe.
I'm grabbing those power ups as fast as I could. So
Cool universe indeed.
it is. You can see some concept art beneath the logo of other characters. We got, I think, a goat on the left and a boar on the right.
Yeah.
And I like how the music increases in speed as you deal damage to the boss.
Yeah. Oh, suddenly turrets. Okay.
Now he's firing lasers.
I have never been a fan of bullet hell games. Like
Me neither.
I'm not really into shmups in general, which is actually kind of makes me sad because there are a lot of shmups that have really nice, stylish like aesthetics that I would love to.
Yes,
I'd love to
true.
play. Like I'd love to see their worlds and stuff, and like see the characters in those worlds and everything. But they're shmups, and I'm not good at shmups, and I'm not particularly a fan of the gameplay of shmups. So it's just like,
Yeah.
no. Nah. Whoa!
I'll be like, can this at least be, I don't know, an RPG?
Yeah, exactly. It's like
I want to see these characters in the game I want to play.
It's like one recent one that has a stellar like aesthetic design and like world design and everything is Jamestown, which
I heard of that. Yeah.
it looks great and it's a really good game, but it's still a shmup. So,
Oh, we won.
Hey, enemy rocked. Let's
Yeah.
move on.
Now it's game over. Game over.
Radical. Chili dogs.
We're gonna do one more attempt. Try classic modes. Okay.
Oh.
Something. I don't have an arcade stick. I
Oh,
don't know
no.
where you get one. So
Oh,
me controlling
no.
this game right now, I don't know what's happening.
No, this one has a pause.
Yeah, this game has to pause.
Oh
Confirmed.
god. Oh god, we only have 4 directional. Oh,
Yeah, this is me just fiddling with the controls. I don't know what I'm doing. Also, why would I be given the option to fire backwards?
Yeah. Like 4 directional firing in a game like this is not good. There aren't any other enemies except the boss. And you have no reason to go up. Okay. Yeah.
So that's the end of Cool Universe.
Not so cool after all.
Unfinished Universe. Now we have Beauty Pageant.
Okay.
Oh, if you think Cool Universe is unfinished, wait till you get a look at Beauty Pageant.
This is not what I was expecting.
No.
This has no sound.
It has no sound.
Oh boy. I noticed that
I think we have eliminated every enemy in the game.
I noticed that we're also standing on an enemy that is literally pulled right out of Sonic 3. So,
Is it from Sonic 3?
Yep. That is a mecha shark from Hydropolis Zone. So
we got knowledge here. And wait, I think those techno spheres, lollipops, I guess, is from Mega Man. Somewhere
they look like it. I would believe it. But yeah,
I think Clash Man stage.
We also
something
have
like that.
We finally have Mode 7 in the background, so
this
nice.
is what I was talking about. The Mode 7 looks okay here. And that's it. I don't know what the rest you see at the top there. I don't know what that means. And that's it.
Usually that applies to lives, but who knows?
Maybe. There wasn't enough enemies to kill me, so I guess we completed the game.
Shooter House. That's
okay. This is another top 3 of this collection. Shooter House.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
All right.
Guess what genre it's in?
We got the same opening as the first 2 had.
Yeah. So made around the same time.
This game is for use exclusively as non-profit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Blanc.
Yeah. I really like the presentation this game has, honestly.
Silly Slarty Dutch.
Silly Slarty.
Oh. Shark Bat. I like how.
So, are you familiar? Are you familiar with this game?
I'm familiar with Grindhouse.
Well,
wait.
Isn't it? I thought it was called Slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse is
Slaughterhouse.
Also one, yeah.
Grindhouse is a movie genre. Slaughterhouse is the SNES game.
Yeah. Which got remade
and basically
in a
it got made on the Xbox, but what we have here is a reconstruction of the SNES title as a shoot 'em up.
So it's Shmup House.
It's called Shooter House.
Yeah, it's literally Shmup House.
Yeah, so we placed the mask, and instead of just a side scroller.
How did we lose our second life there?
We got hit. There's some enemies that you can't kill, and that's what I get caught up on mainly. And also that.
All right, I'm just gonna say it right now. Health systems would not break shmups.
Maybe.
I think you could probably make a good shmup that has an actual health system rather than just one hit and you're dead.
Well, no, we have lives and also life. Lives are represented by the masks at the top, and our life is the hearts at the bottom.
That's a meaningless distinction because we went back to the beginning after we got hit 3 times anyway.
Yeah. It's these enemies I got caught up on. You can't hit them. They can hit you, which I really don't like.
I didn't even see the first one the first time. I only saw
the
second one.
I didn't know that was an enemy because it didn't look like one. It only looked like an enemy when I was in danger of it.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, this is the story of this game's existence was the creator was at a Halloween party and he handed discs of of only this game out to some of the guests, and it got spread around and probably went to nowhere. And here we have it.
Oh, okay. There we go. I was gonna say, are we gonna just play this with an entirely black screen now? Because that seems counterproductive.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Honestly,
I noticed that we died in that last round because we hit a falling bat that we had already killed. So,
honestly, like everything is just like a bit frantic. So I don't know if like what the rules are.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Is that we took damage from an enemy we had already killed, which again seems kind of counterproductive to, especially when you have an item that requires you to go into melee range.
I get better at this game. All right.
Do you actually? Because we only have like 5 minutes left.
We do? Ah,
yeah.
Shit. Well, let's just say.
Oh, God. All right.
Why? Okay. What?
I don't even know how we took damage that time.
We're dead.
Not that death, but like. Oh boy.
By the way, the soundtrack is a remix of the Slaughterhouse soundtrack, and personally, I think
same names.
The remix have been. Yeah, I think it's the same names.
It is. At least some of them.
Yeah.
Cute.
But we're gonna try again. All right.
Oh man,
Second attempt. Yes.
I don't think we need to.
I think we do, because I'm like.
You're convinced
that
you can be better?
I'm gonna accomplish something here. All right.
Are you gonna get to a boss?
I'm gonna get to a boss. I need to show the boss. All right.
I mean, we're already. Oh, we're going on easy. Okay. Well, I mean,
Wait, did I change the difficulty? No, I think I went on. Did I choose easy or normal last time?
I don't remember, but if you were playing on easy already, then
yeah, the difficulty
determines
how much hearts we have.
Yeah.
So I assume hard, you get one heart.
That's the
and
best.
I think that's the only thing that changes.
Yeah, that's the best difficulty system. Is just change.
Well, everything dies in pretty much one hit anyway. So what are you gonna do?
Oh man.
And yeah, you did bring up that the old Slaughterhouse game did get remade, but
yeah,
or rebooted, I guess, because it became a 3D action game.
Yeah, it was. I've heard varied things about it. Like I've known a lot of people who liked it.
The only thing I remember from it was like the finishing moves you can do for each enemy, and instead of just maybe digging it out and playing it, just go look up a YouTube video of Slaughterhouse Xbox 360 all finishing moves or something.
I feel like
it's a bit like Mortal Kombat. It's like when a new Mortal Kombat game comes out, like the first thing you do is just look up all the fatalities.
Yeah,
and that's it.
But I feel like it is a perfect representation of like the grindhouse genre. Hello, boss. The grindhouse genre just in general, because it's like they're not good movies. They're they're cheesy, like schlock.
You get what you expect though.
Yeah, it's like the Slaughterhouse game is like kind of solidly in that field where it's like it's good at what it does, but what it does is probably not something that you're gonna like unless you're specifically looking for it. You're probably not gonna really like it.
So the presentation in this game, I like how it's sort of VHS style, but it does it well. There's a lot of just bad ways of doing it that I've seen on Steam. It's like so much. In this case, like the static, it transitions into a different part of the game, or even the music gets like overlaid by the static instead of just a visual thing.
I like that we actually have a reflection.
Yeah. If you saw in the previous level, we had a shadow that also made sense. And mode 7 is going on in the background.
I don't like the way that those mines work, though.
No, I don't think you can. You can't kill them. I tried.
You can't destroy them, and they only blow up after your character has moved past them in the physical space of the game. Like, that's...
Yes.
Ugh.
This game is meant to be hard.
Once again, like, games were not actually so much better in the 90s. Like, they really...
Well, this game was made in 2012.
Well, but it's, it's trying to emulate those games, and as someone who played games back in the 90s, they were not that good.
If you want to do something like this, you know, be like Shovel Knight. You don't want to be exactly what you were before, but you want to be the ideal, like, the memory of people thinking that it was actually good.
Like I'm not gonna just completely shit on games in the 90s, because literally that's what I grew up with. Like, I still play games like Sonic the Hedgehog and like Star Wars Dark Forces 2. Like, I play plenty of games from the 90s, but overall I think games are way better now than they were back then.
Yeah.
It's like Final Fantasy VII is a great game, but it's not as good as it could be if it were made now.
No. And I think that's the end of our journey.
Yeah, I noticed that our score went down when we died at the end there.
Did we?
Yeah.
Well, what the hell's we're gonna die anyways, so what's the point in doing that?
It started counting down. Oh, this one last spin. I wonder what it's gonna be.
That's where I got fingered.
Is this an actual game, or are you just trolling me with the movie?
No, it's a game.
Is this a Five Nights at Freddy's thing? What the fuck is happening?
So let's see what we have in our wheel next.
Remove undefined.
That's it. It's over. Everyone go home.